I bought this Windows laptop from the Amazon Renewed store for $54. This one right here is a custom-built, top-of-the-line gaming PC for $5,000, and my friends, that is far from the most expensive machine we've got. But just because a system costs 10, 100, 1,000 times as much, does that really make it that much better? We're gonna take a look inside these systems, test them, and game on them to see what your hard-earned cash can buy at these drastically different price points. Starting with what I got for 50 bucks. Look at this thing.
I don't know if you're supposed to do that.
And like, oh, look at the screen. Like it's got this segue to our sponsor.
Ugreen. Their Nexode Pro 100-watt is compact and powerful, being able to charge 3 devices at the same time. Whether it tags along with you during your travels or stays plugged in your wall at home, you'll first have to pick one up using the link in our description.
Okay, the Lenovo 100E only has a dual-core processor, just 4 gigabytes of RAM, and it doesn't even have a full HD screen, but aside from a little bit of schmoo that's still on it from the refurbishing process, I mean, it's a pretty usable little machine.
Except it's not what we ordered.
Really?
I don't think, anyways. I was looking at the product page.
That's a completely different computer.
I think this is like the 2nd generation one.
It doesn't support touch gestures. You can't scroll with 2 fingers?
No.
She's dropping frames.
100% of your CPU being used by system interrupts.
This is a completely different computer.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have the same processor.
I mean, it has 2 extra cores, so like the multi-core performance is better, but the single-threaded is quite a bit worse. It's like 25% worse.
Which matters a lot on these super underpowered machines, because a lot of what you'll see when you open up Task Manager and you do anything on a computer like this, watch, I'm gonna open up Chrome, is, see that? Your CPU is gonna spike to 100%. So having a few cores that turbo faster actually makes for a noticeably more responsive experience.
It's eMMC, it's not like a SATA SSD.
Right.
Curiously, it actually shows up as an SD card in Task Manager. Why don't you try to play a 4K YouTube video? That's like, you know, I have a suite of tests that I want us to, you know, experience as a baseline on each of these machines, and 4K Crab Rave is one of them.
Okay, hold on a second, Jake.
Just give it a moment.
Hold on a second, no, hold on a second.
Look, that's mint.
No, it's really not.
It's fine. It's actually fine right now.
Oh,
yeah. There were some dropped frames. Ooh, I can't tell if that's just the display. Mind you, probably don't need to be streaming 4K videos on a screen like this.
Oh yeah, there we go. There we go.
Still like the same level of crust.
No, that's fine.
Oh.
Well,
don't try to multitask.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that.
You notice something weird about this?
There's like a skin on the bottom.
Yeah, why don't you peel it off? It's on the entire laptop, including the touchpad.
Oh, so whoever the student was who had this probably, because this is an educational model, did they skin it? You know what?
Maybe the school put it on because it got damaged, gave it to a new student.
Yeah. Actually, that's a really smart way to mitigate that. When we were reacting to tech support gore, we saw some of what happens to these educational laptops, and putting a plain black skin on them would mean if someone were to scribble all over it, you just peel it off and throw a new one on. Imagine skinning this laptop. Between the vinyl and the labor involved, I think you just doubled the value of it.
Does it look like it got applied?
Yeah.
Day 1?
Maybe day 3. Oh my God, are you rolling on this? Glenn, come over here. Jake, check this out. So that's a screen, right? You know, that's what colors look like. That's what Minecraft looks like. If you want to get anywhere near that saturation, you got to get the darkness.
Oh, I gotta be shorter.
Yeah, you get, see what I'm talking about?
That
You
looks
get like
like
a
ass. What are you talking about?
Well, I know, but you get a little sliver of color saturation.
Oh, I get what you mean.
Yeah,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's not good, but it was also $50.
Yeah.
With Windows and a battery. If all you were doing was Google Docs, it would be fine.
Yeah.
And it's actually not the stupidest thing you could buy.
No, it's really not.
Considering the cost.
What's your next test?
Oh my God. Minecraft.
Nice.
So I installed a few mods that make Minecraft run better. Okay, so single player Minecraft, you're doing the chunk generation locally.
Yeah.
So if you're playing on a server, you might get a little bit better performance. This is with every setting at the absolute bare minimum. With sodium, which is a frame rate optimizing thing. With lithium, which is like optimizing the chunk stuff. With another thing that does chunk optimization with another thing that does GPU frame time optimization.
Well, have you ever thought that maybe adding all those optimizations added overhead?
No.
Oh, this is rough, dude.
If you just vibe in one spot, 64 FPS, look at that.
Wow, not
like
bad, not bad. Okay, but what happens if we move?
Oh,
20. Hey, as long as we don't have to generate any chunks, you're right.
it's serviceable.
Yeah, it's chunky.
There are other games I want to try on the other computers, naturally. They don't launch on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you get a headshot, I will buy you lunch. If you kill somebody, I will buy you lunch.
So a headshot is
You
2
don't-
lunches?
Sure. I'll give you 2 minutes, okay? How about that?
2 minutes?
Okay, you have 5 minutes then.
All right, 5 minutes.
Jesus. Did we load so long that we got kicked? Oh my God.
Okay, I'm dead. I didn't even get a chance to see anything.
It says 1 FPS, but I think it's actually a situation where you have like 0.5. Dude, there is no way.
I'm dead.
You're not.
I'm dead. It didn't even go to full brightness.
Oh, okay. This is a strat.
No.
Oh.
No, come on.
Yeah.
No! Dang it. Come on. Yeah, buddy, I got him. Let's go. 1 minute left.
You did technically get a headshot too.
I just got lunch, baby.
Damn it.
He's got the taste of defeat in his mouth right now. That's why he's all... Okay. It takes a little while to register that you've pressed the recording button, but hey, once you do it,
It didn't look that bad.
this actually looks perfectly fine. It's not very saturated. Oh, thanks for that. Real mature. It's not very saturated, but in fairness, that might be the screen. So maybe we can get a comparison from the editor.
wait.
Here. The footage versus what it looks like on the screen, you know?
I have one more thing for you to try on this one because
Okay.
the rest of them are probably not worth it. This is a client for Ollama, which allows you to run large language models.
Tell me how pretty I am in the form of a haiku.
Oh my God, okay. The page file is twice the size of the actual memory.
So I'm never gonna find out how pretty I am I?
No. Okay. Oh!
Rad!
Whoa! It output one word.
Rad!
That's not a haiku.
Well, you know what? I'm taking it.
Oh, radiance!
I kind of liked rad better.
Oh wow, it's actually.
it's like going now.
I think it's finally like loaded in.
Radiance like dawn. Zzz.
Like Dawn's light.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna get after us about how haikus are not about directly expressing beauty, but it's not gonna get the number of syllables right. Okay. She's done. Radiance like dawn's light, pretty as cherry blossoms bloom, beauty-descent.
Full of shit. I mean, your hair, you could maybe say, is radiant. It can compute for $50. It can play a YouTube video and Minecraft-ish.
Now we're moving up in the world. How is this a $500 gaming system? This case alone looks like it costs 120 bucks.
This is the new one from Fantex. It's the XT Pro, I believe. A lot of case for not a lot of money. Tempered glass, comes with a fan, looks decent. They do have an RGB version that's like twice the price. Don't buy that, buy this.
And the specs are pretty decent too. We get 6 Intel 12th Gen performance cores, 16 gigs of RAM, a Radeon 6600 GPU, and okay, that 500 watt thermal take power supply hasn't made it through the lab's gauntlet yet, but it's running.
Indeed. It's a little bit over the budget. You're looking at like $540. This is pretty much as good as it gets. Unless you're gonna buy a used GPU, which if you're spending this kind of money on a computer, you probably should.
You won't get a warranty, but you will get a lot more performance while that GPU is still working. Of course, if you're gaming at 1080p, this might be all you need anyway. Let's take her for a spin. Wow, that loaded a lot faster.
Okay, so we still have the optimization mods to make it
Okay.
even playing field. And
Yeah.
I have the settings in the absolute dumpster like on the laptop. It's at 1080p though, so this is higher resolution.
It's
Press F3.
butter smooth. 1800 frames per second.
Turn the settings up a little bit.
Yeah, I think we could afford to do that.
Fabulous. Wow, okay.
Wow, look at the world out there. She's struggling just a little bit.
To be fair, I wouldn't recommend running 16 render distance on like a local game.
That doesn't tell the entire story of the performance experience. In fact, you guys can probably even see the occasional hitch in our recording. And that's not because our GPU isn't fast enough to render this. It's rather because the chunks need to load occasionally and the whole system's like, play some Counter-Strike.
Hell yeah. It's quiet though.
I was thinking exactly the same thing. It's damn near silent.
Let's see you get a kill.
You just wait.
So this is fully maxed 1080p. Is that it?
200 FPS isn't enough for you? I mean,
I don't know. I haven't played CS2 literally once.
this is so much better. Like not 100 times better like
What do you
last
mean? It
time. This
actually is 100
This is
times
1,000 times better in terms of the experience.
I mean, you're standing right now. How did you just
How the fuck did he not die?
hit him in the shoulder?
I hit him in the neck.
No.
I'm sure it was the neck.
Editor, replay.
Dude, you can get so much gaming PC for around 500 bucks these days. That's great. All right, let's fight. Boom.
Why do you just, oh my God. 1080p, medium preset. You turned off motion blur.
Casual 80 FPS.
No upscaling. That was 100 right there.
Geez, this is great. 70 plus degrees on the CPU and 56 on the GPU.
I mean, hold on. We're only drawing like 40, 50 watts on the CPU.
Sure. That's efficiency, baby. We don't even have the front fans installed in the case. Let's see how our Haiku does.
SSD's ramping up, yeah. Okay.
Everything's being loaded
Oh,
into
wow.
Wow!
That is also,
Also not a Haiku.
stop it for a second and say that's not a haiku. Is that a haiku?
Nope.
It's closer than it was.
Either way, that for 10 times the budget, we are getting anywhere from 100 to 1,000 times the experience. And this is what we're talking about when we say bang for the buck or sweet spot from a value perspective. You should definitely save your pennies for a $500 PC if you can. The question now is it worth spending another 10 times as much and getting a $5,000 PC?
Ah!
My goodness, look at this thing.
$5,000!
But it looks the part, doesn't it?
It's one of those things where when you get to this class of performance, you kind of have to spend money on looks to get to this budget.
Wow!
Yeah. That's $300 US of fans.
We spent as much on cooling as we did on the entire other computer. By the time you put the AIO in there,
Definitely, yeah, more.
easy.
Yeah, 6,400 mega transfers per second, dual 48 gig RAM sticks, 360 mil AIO with a screen on it.
And look, our 14900 KS works.
It's a K.
Here we go, and loaded. Oh, pretty good.
We've changed resolutions. We're now at 4K.
Boom. 800 frames per second. I'm still getting the occasional hiccup, but honestly, this is better than what we were running last time in terms of the playability of it. Like, I can notice a difference.
Then the $500 one?
Oh yeah. How is this even Minecraft?
I know, right? The crazy thing is if you don't run these shaders on stupid settings like we are, where this is the ultra preset for BSL shaders as they're called, the performance hit is not actually insane.
This is beautiful.
This is a lot.
And it's still running at 200 frames per second. This is awesome.
I adjusted the render distance down to 16.
Would you say that this is a 10 times better experience?
Than the last one? In Minecraft? No.
No. It's 5 times better if you don't waste money on $300 worth of fans.
Okay, hold on.
You could get pretty amazing performance for not quite 10 times the budget.
You can immediately slash $1,000 US off of this computer by just getting rid of the fans and buying a cheaper 4090.
You could probably drop another $100 with a cheaper motherboard.
Cheaper cooler, cheaper RAM. It's like a $500 US RAM kit.
Oh crap!
Oh my God. Oh, you didn't even get killed by that guy.
That sucked! Stop it, Jake! Stop that.
Consistently above 200 FPS? Very nice. Do you need a $5,000 computer to do that? Not really.
Full ultra ray tracing, like hurt my computer settings with no DLSS. That's 45 FPS?
I believe it.
I don't believe that. It does not feel good. I'll set it to something more reasonable. This is probably how I would play this game. Oh my goodness, I'm so Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry again.
Frame rate is identical.
Okay, see, no, I'm confused now because this is way smoother than it was before. Obviously smoother.
Yeah.
But it's reporting around 40 FPS, so I think maybe the report before was wrong.
Try like just no ray tracing.
Sure. Oh yeah, no, that's 60 FPS for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, the frame counter's right. Can it write a haiku? Oh, what are our temps like? Oh wow, yeah. Casual, like 63 degrees on the GPU, and our CPU got a little spike there. She got a little spiky. Dude, that GPU hit almost 400 watts.
Yeah. Just let it load for a second. It just like, bloop.
Whoa, that's a proper haiku.
No way.
Your radiant smile cascades in waves of sunlight, beauty, endless sea. Oh my goodness.
So it's, look, the GPU is actually at 100% usage.
What's our power consumption? Not even that high.
Yeah. Do you want to try a harder to run language model?
Let's do that. A daunting task.
Spring haikus.
No way. It starts categorizing them. Wild. Frosty morn silence. Snowflakes dance, gently falling slow. Nature's peaceful hush. This may be 10 times better than our last
This
PC.
might be more than 10 times.
Or you might want to spend even more and treat yourself to our $50,000 computer.
Are you ready for this one?
I'm so ready.
Try not to drop it.
I'm not gonna drop it. Oh,
$50,000!
it's a server.
No, it's not.
It's a server.
It is a workstation.
And now it's a server.
I don't see it in a rack.
Is this actually going to be faster for gaming?
I have no idea.
All right, let's find out. Right away, I can see where some of the money went. Why have one 2,000 watt power supply when you can have two 2,000 watt power supplies? The Supermicro AS2115 HV TNRT is no ordinary machine. It might look like a server. In fact, it has a rack mount style case like a server would. It even has server features, like the ability to remotely manage it through a web interface. But it isn't a server, since it doesn't have a data center CPU like AMD's EPYC lineup, instead going for a Threadripper. And not just any Threadripper. This is the full-fat Big Daddy Threadripper Pro with a whopping 96 cores and 192 threads, and oh my God, it's beautiful. Wow.
This is a $52,000 machine with everything that's in here right now, and this is a fifth of that, just the CPU.
Not one, not two, not three, but four of NVIDIA's RTX 6000 Ada cards.
Yeah. And these are special, you know. They might say that it's the same AD102 chip as a 4090.
Oh, it's not.
This is the chip that would have been in a 4090 Ti, which they never made. So it has like 10% more everything. And double the VRAM.
These have 48 gigs of VRAM on them?
And we have 4 of them.
Oh.
It works out to like a calm, cool, and collected $27,000 US at MSRP.
Now typically when you buy a system like this from Supermicro, you'll spec it ahead of time for exactly what you want and they'll build it for you. But we asked for a more bare bones config so we could take the original storage drive they had in here and add some more. Oh, yes. Each of these is one of Kioxia's 15 terabyte CD6 data center drives, giving us a total of about 100 terabytes of solid state storage in here. Does that get us to 50 grand?
To 52,000 actually.
How much RAM did we put in here?
Because it's Threadripper Pro and not EPYC, a lot less RAM sticks, we only have 8 channels, they put 8 64 gig DDR5 DIMMs. So 512 gigs of RAM. You could put more. Micron makes 128 gig DIMMs now.
All right, I think we'll be okay with 512 gigabytes of RAM.
For gaming.
For gaming.
This is Threadripper Pro. It is unlocked for overclocking. You can turn PBO on this CPU.
Does Supermicro support that on this motherboard though? Oh, really?
It's on the product page. Memory and CPU overclocking enabled. Mind you, on this air cooler, they only rate it to like 350 watts.
Oh, that's it, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
which is the stock TDP. It can probably do more.
It's definitely 10 times louder than the last machine.
Certainly.
And maybe 100 times louder than the previous one.
It might be 100 times louder than the last one.
Dude, I'm gonna click so many heads with this bad boy. I can feel it. This always amuses me. I can't stop. 96 cores and she's still turbos over 4 gigahertz. This is an incredible process.
Turbos over 5 gigahertz.
Crazy.
Well, I feel like we should start with the drives, right? We didn't really do a storage test on any of the other ones, just because not that exciting. This one, different story. Oh, you gotta make your RAID array.
This is ridiculous.
Hey, look at that.
Think you could fit your games on here?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, she'll suck back about 170 watts just moving data around. All right. Games?
Yeah, 2000 again. Kind of depends what you're looking at.
That's not that great. Are these workstation cards really that much slower?
I wonder if this is one of those scenarios where we're actually CPU bottlenecked.
Yeah, I mean, we could be, because even though we've got a ton of cores, it's spread across multiple dies on the package. So if we're accidentally using a core over on this die and a core on this die and a core on this die, there can actually be a performance loss as that data gets fetched across the different dies.
Definitely.
Is this the first time that spending 10 times as much gets you a performance downgrade?
Yes.
Okay, render distance. What do you want, 16 chunks?
Try 16.
32, 24.
Well, you know, we got all these cores, just send it.
Sure. Back to game. Oh, yeah. Dude. Did you see that one hitch at the beginning? But other than that, even while it's generating chunks, oh, there was one more. This is by far the smoothest I've seen.
I think it's the same.
It's not the
The
same.
$5,000 rig?
No, you'll feel it. You'll feel it. You'll feel it.
Let me slide on in.
She doesn't slow down. See? This
Well,
is it, folks. Maxed out Minecraft, ridiculous mode.
Despite there being 10% more everything in these graphics cards, they don't have as much clock speed.
Yeah, they're power limited.
Yeah.
So we are using it 100% now in some cases. Oh yeah, no, she goes up, but a 4090 is still gonna be faster in real applications.
That multi-threaded chunk loading is gnarly. I think it goes so fast that it actually just like starts to crap its pants a little bit.
All things considered,
It's 60 FPS, yeah. Like it's definitely using more than one core.
oh yeah. You know what's interesting though, is that while we used to be able to run multiple GPUs together to render games in SLI or NVLink, these days, it's kind of dead.
Yep.
So,
You can run Counter-Strike.
yeah, but it's just going to use a single GPU and probably not going to run as well as our last system did.
Hey, look, it's less FPS.
Ba-bow! Ba-bow, ba-bow. No! So basically, you shouldn't spend 10 times as much if you want to get better at CS2.
Unless we're talking about a $50 computer.
But you could spend 10 times as much and get better at running large language models.
It's not even worth running Cyberpunk at this point.
We're going to write the best haikus.
This is an enormous model. It's bigger than the memory we have even across all of the GPUs, and I'm telling it to do the stupidest thing. Write me 100 haikus about how
MKBHD
cool
is better than...
LPTstore.com is.
Okay,
Okay,
sure.
we had a different vibe there. Immediately, all of the GPU memory is full.
Oh, look at those drives go.
We're pulling 500 megabytes a second times 8,
Each.
4 gigabytes a second.
Just casual. Just casual, Jake.
Loading up that system memory.
Casual, you can actually see it's going at about 4 gigs a second, dumping it into system memory.
I suspect our GPU usage is not going to be that great, but it should run, which is more than you would get on most other computers. Oh, I see power usage.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
So this looks unimpressive, but this is like a 200 plus gigabyte model. So it's actually kind of impressive.
I mean, our CPU's drawing 240, 250, just coordinating all of this crap.
Even like the top end H100, H200 kind of GPUs that are meant for AI struggle to have 100% utilization when you're just talking to them rather than training. It better be right. Is it right?
Not even right.
Oh my God, we get the best model and it can't even do it.
Okay, hold on. LTT stores got all the best. Techies rejoice now. These suck. It's 5.5, but it's 8 in the middle.
I don't know how good they are with syllables either. Let's try a small model on all the GPUs.
I am doing a destination wedding, and I have no regard for the feelings of my family and friends who are inconvenienced by this.
That's literally all you're made for.
Here we go. I strongly advise against sending an invitation designed to manipulate your guests.
Microsoft and Mistral are both like, hell yeah, let's do
go.
it.
Got him.
So easy, so easy.
Oh man.
Just pretend it's a meme, bro. Hey, look at that, 150 watts.
Let's go.
Well, it does it.
How useful it is, I don't know, but sure. It's fast.
You can do so many AIs on this thing.
Yeah.
We can do Blender, that'll run on multiple graphics cards.
Sure, but we lol.
2.6 seconds.
Like it takes a second to get really good, but
Should we render it?
sure.
Yeah, that's right, camera.
9 seconds. Not worth it for gamers.
No, definitely not.
First, I think we need a bit of a summary on this one.
Yeah.
$50 computer, no.
Docs, Google Docs, sure.
$500 computer though? Dude, if you're gaming at 1080p, like the vast majority of people on Steam are,
100%.
you're fine. And if you're willing to go for a secondhand GPU, you're more than fine. You have a great little machine that can do pretty much everything from light video editing and photo
Cyberpunk?
editing to playing games like Cyberpunk.
Totally.
You can spend $5,000 and you will have a better experience.
And it will look cooler.
And you may even be a slightly better gamer, but not nearly enough to justify the difference in expense.
No.
As for machines like this, well, if you don't know you need it, you don't need it. So you can put your oil prints money away.
Yeah, unless you're like a large language model oil prints
Yeah,
or a 3D rendering
of an
oil
oil
prints.
prints.
Then it's great.
Just like our sponsor.
Squarespace. Whether your business is just getting off the ground or you've been in the dark ages of cold calling for a while, a website will give you that extra push to take things to the next level. That's where Squarespace comes in. Their Squarespace Blueprint guided design system gives you the ultimate starter pack to get the creative juices flowing with professionally curated layout and styling options. Then, once you've laid the foundation, use their Fluid Engine editor and its code-free drag and drop elements to customize to your heart's content. Your website also comes with integrated SEO tools and advanced analytics so you can optimize what's working and identify what might need a little tweaking. You can even set up your website to take payments via credit card, PayPal, and more. So head on over to squarespace.com/LTT for a free trial and save 10% on your first purchase of a website or a domain.
If you guys enjoyed this video, maybe go check out the time we looked at a whole bunch of different price points. It was a number of years ago, but I still think it was pretty illustrative.
It was a very long time ago. $500 though.
Okay.